Hello everyone, this is Revealing Light Tarot and I've got Linda G here with me. I'm very, very happy and humbled too to read with her because I absolutely love Linda G. I know everyone does, but I do too. Good morning, welcome Linda.
Good morning or good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon, yeah.
What time is it there in Australia?
Okay, so it is 8:11 a.m.
It's 1:11 p.m. here. But
Oh,
you're a day ahead, right?
We are. So I'm glad that we got all our timing synced. And here we are, and we're going to read. We're going to start off. Linda and I have had a chat about what we want to read on, and we're going to start with Trump's health because I've got a lot of questions about, did he have a stroke? Does he have heart problems? Does he have dementia? My money's on, I think around dementia, but I also see movement disorder there as well, Linda. So what do you think's wrong with Trump?
He's constipated.
Besides that.
He is so, and it's not just him, it's those around him that are carrying him. I say this to my people that watch my channel. I want you guys to know, again, I had that dream as vivid as day. After he was president, I was in a shopping mall, and he was in a glass coffin, almost looking like Stalin, with that waxy look. And he was dead in a glass coffin. Oh and lights were on the coffin. And I walked up to the coffin and I looked in it, and it was Trump. And I said, oh my God, he's dead. Yeah. And I'm looking at people are filtering, walking by, and nobody's paying attention. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is Trump and he's dead. Now, does it mean he physically died? Being it was a coffin, you know how dream interpretations, but it was a glass coffin, like we will all witness the end of Trump.
Yeah. So you don't think, you don't think he's going to pass away in office? You don't think that's how it's going to end?
No, only because I energetically have had my guides have told me, I think he'll die soon after he leaves office.
Yeah, I'm getting a real pull to ill health not long
and
after he leaves.
I feel like my guides have often showed crowds being mad at him. And I always use that throwing tomatoes. Some people don't understand what that means. But in the old days, when people were mad at a show, they used this big hook thing to get them off, or they threw tomatoes and fruit and stuff at them.
Yep.
But let's take a look, see. Let's see if our guides today, being that you and I are working at the same level, let's see if he's going to die.
All right. Something has something's jumped out, Linda. It's actually the Star of Hope. Now, God knows why that card would jump out, other than I think to say that we should.
Oh, that card also means to me as prophesies.
Ah.
As he will do what he's supposed to do in this lifetime. Okay. He's a disruptor. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The good news is, now remember this too, my dreams are pretty prophetic. I had a dream I was having dinner with him and Melania and the Baron, and my parents' house was real middle class, nothing fancy. And when he stood up, I looked at him, I said, if you do not allow witnesses or documentation, it will ruin you. And I said it with that, like, I can't believe I'm telling the President of the United States off, but I was furious, and in my dream I was like, it will ruin you. And he scoffed at me, and he was like, damn Constitution. And so that dream was profound too. So I'm really feeling that this sham thing that they did is going to bite him in the butt. He's going to show his ass. He's causing chaos.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, what'd you get?
I got it's interesting actually what I got. I got the 10 of Wands, which I'm feeling, Linda, that he's struggling big time now with his health. I didn't get the Death card. I didn't get the 5 of Cups, which is my card for, grief and stuff. I feel he's going to struggle with his health. He is struggling with his health. He will continue to struggle with his health. Very early on in his presidency, the next card I got was the Hermit. I got a vision or a scene of an image of Trump walking very isolated and alone along a beach. And I'm thinking Florida. I feel he will go to Florida. He will be almost not like an outcast, but that kind of thing. And then I've got my wonderful card for Trump resigning, the Eight of Cups. That always comes forward for me. So I'm going to go back to, I mean, I can pull some more, but we could probably look at whether what did you get first? What have we got there?
The Ace of Swords and the Justice.
Ooh! Oh my goodness!
I also got the Hangman reversed. What does that mean?
Well, the Hangman reversed is that things are going to start to move forward again. So the big truth is coming. So, wow.
The Five of Coins.
The Five of
Pentacles.
Loss. Okay.
Loss. And the Six of Pentacles reversed in the higher con. This is about money. I've been saying money since the get-go.
Yeah. Do you think it's
information's going to come out and it's like he can't fight it. And I'm going to tell you something else. I think this stone thing I think this judge isn't going to listen to these people. I see her doing the right thing, not throwing the book like 30 years, but you know what I'm saying? And he's going to act out so much that it's like people are looking at him going, ew.
Do you think that Stone will get a retrial, or do you think what you're saying is the judge is just going to basically
She already said no to a retrial.
Oh, she did too. I read that this morning. Yeah, she did too. So she's
not messing.
Yeah, okay.
And so she also demanded, I think tomorrow, the attorneys or the prosecutors, she wants a phone session with them. Yeah. And she wants it documented, recorded and documented. She's going to give them a what for.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? I'm going to, why don't we ask what's the outcome of the Stone sentencing?
Yes.
Let's have a look at that. I'll see if I can get any what timing on it. Okay, so let me just give these a shuffle.
And what I see, I got to tell you, I just got a vision. Yeah. I see Stone being furious, but almost still cocky. Yeah. Like, that's okay. Trump's going to get me out of here anyway.
He's going to get a pardon.
And I'm feeling like he won't. No. I'm feeling like something happens or Barr intervenes and says to Trump, if you give him a pardon, I'll walk because it's going to make us look bad.
Yep. All right. So
he may get pardoned when Trump's leaving, but right now I don't see it.
No. All of this stuff is just adding to him having to step down. They've gone too far. All right. So what's the outcome of
But is it step down or he loses like crazy because of all the crap that comes in,
Well, that's it. We're getting very close to the election. And, Spirit doesn't say, well, that Eight of Cups, it means he's walking away, that he's not got success.
Ten of Swords, Knight of Swords.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So what's the outcome of
Four of Swords. He's going to jail, girlfriend.
Yeah, okay. So I've got the Page of Cups. So it could be that the sentence you think he's going to jail, but it may not be for as long. Oh no, I've got my Russia card. And the Temperance card, bringing balance back into things. But I've also got the Eight of Swords, restriction, jail. I think you're right. He's going to jail.
He's got the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. This is jail and his heart's broken.
His heart's broken. Okay, all right. Well, that's good. I think this judge is going to bring balance back into this situation. She's not going to put up with any of this nonsense from.
And listen, they're going to give her a bad time when she does the right thing. They're going to give her a bad time.
Yeah. Okay.
She knows it. She's willing to pay the price.
What about Flynn? Now, the judge in Flynn actually threw the book at Flynn. Remember last year when he said, you're lucky you're not basically taken away as a traitor. Remember that judge?
Well, he made him rethink his position. He said, are you sure you don't want to go home and rethink this? Are
Yeah.
you going to accept what I have to say? Basically, he's telling him, I'm going to put you in jail. And Flynn said, let me redo this or rethink it. Now Flynn's trying to act like I'm not guilty, and Barr tried to put somebody in there to investigate. Let's look at Flynn.
All right. Okay. So Barr's reviewing Flynn's case. My
Yes.
goodness. What's the outcome? Page of Wands. I don't think Barr's. No, I've got the Ace of Swords here. The truth, but it's not going to do any good. But I've also got abuse of power. Surprise, surprise. Barr's abusing his power. But I've also got new starts here. So look, the Fool, he's very foolish to do something like this. And I've got the Knight of Swords. So the truth is going to stand. The truth is going to hold.
Yeah, he's got the Five of Swords for me. The battle.
Oh, wow. Okay, we've got double validation.
I don't think he'll get hit hard, but it's enough that he's going to, he shouldn't have been yelling, lock her up.
Yeah, exactly. Now, he was involved in, he was a registered foreign agent for Turkey, remember? He was involved in all that Erdogan. They
got money from them. Yeah.
Exactly. Do you want to look at Trump?
Yeah, let's look. He was on the phone talking to somebody about when Trump was in.
Yeah.
That everything was all set. He wasn't he a general or something? General Flynn or?
He was, yeah. He was. But he also had a cloud over his service as well. He did something he broke a standard or a protocol, and I think in the Obama years, so he wasn't very well thought of. But do you want to look at what Trump's relationship is with Turkey? Because I think it's more than just having hotels there. I think, Linda, that they've lent him money in the past. I feel that Turkey is.
It feels like it's Putinish.
Exactly. Which means that Turkey might have been maybe involved with Russia back in 2016 in some way. This interference may go beyond just Russia. It might go to a whole bloc. Saudi Arabia could even be in there, given that they were able to hack Jeff Bezos's phone so easily. Yeah. This could be because when Trump took over, he just went straight to these countries very quickly, and they became the allies and the new friends of the White House.
Right, and he's also saying, "What can you do for me?" Yeah,
exactly. So Trump's relationship. What did you get, Linda?
He definitely owes them money.
Yeah, that's what
they've given him money. He owes them money. He's kind of stuck to them. He's stuck to them. He can't. And the Eight of Swords, he's blind and he's stuck, and the man that's in charge with Turkey is like, no, I think when Trump steps down, people are running after him for money.
Oh, really? Because you got that money lost card as well. What I got, remember I was talking about Turkey might have been involved in 2016 in some way. I think that's all yet to come out. I've got the victory card, the win card, and I was talking about 2016 when I pulled that. I feel that that relationship with Turkey we're going to have more media on that because
there's more coming out. Yeah,
there is, and I do feel that when I've got the Emperor card, which was Trump helping put Trump in power. There's this Three of Wands. It's all connected. All this shadow foreign policy. It's all about the money. But I think these were pre-existing relationships before Trump came in. And Bolton's book will be really interesting because it's actually going to out it. It's actually going to say he's been making these decisions all along based on his financial interests. Now, then we get to the tax returns. What are they going to show? So
that Russia's been helping him launder money, and he's not rich.
Yeah, exactly. So I reckon Turkey's one to watch, that relationship, that whole bank thing. Do you want to go?
Do you feel Bolton's book is actually going to come out? They won't stop it?
Oh, okay. I'd have to pull on that, Linda.
Let's look.
Let's look.
Will Bolton's book actually come out? And then when you post this on your channel,
I'm going to try and send it to you. But
if you can't, that's okay. I'll send it to my community part of my channel.
Do you have Dropbox, Linda? I forgot we were recording because I could even send it via Dropbox. But
I don't know if I do.
I'll figure it out.
Tech savvy. Okay.
All right. So I got a yes. I got the 4 of Wands, which is a yes. It's a yes card for me. It's also my Democratic card as well. So I don't know why the Democratic Party would be involved, but I do.
Someone's going to try to stop it.
They're going to try
the justice card. Someone's going to try to stop it.
Okay.
There's swords all around it, so he could release it, but it's like he's going to get in trouble for it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It might not be a direct release. That's the other thing that I got. That it might. Well, I saw his face in the mirror. I don't know what that means, but he's not standing in front of the mirror. He's actually in the mirror. So something about it will be not a direct route, but I do feel it will come out. It will come out eventually. Like, for example, I mean, could it be serialized in the papers? Like, there might be a way round. If they try and block it, there might be a way around it for him. But yeah, I do believe it's going.
Because I see a lot of money being spent even by the publisher on attorneys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
They're going to try to act up, you know.
Yeah.
The cool thing is Trump tweets so much. They can say, hello, you tweeted. It's not private. You were talking about it.
I know why I'm getting that pull to the newspapers, because so much of it has already been out in the public domain. That might be their defence. That might be it. That there's nothing to hide now because so much has been written about it. And I think, yeah, okay. All right. So it's eventually going to come out, I think.
Right.
All right. Trump's tax returns. What's going to happen with those?
That's March 30th or March 31st.
Yeah. That's the big one, isn't it? I don't know, but I just feel that John Roberts is going to make an example here.
Did you see his face?
I did.
Could you tell?
I could.
He was like serious. He wasn't jolly. Oh, how you doing, Mr. President?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think they're going to release them. They're going to allow the release. I'll just check.
Judge Roberts, and I've said this from the beginning, I often felt, even though Judge Roberts is a conservative, he's a man of the law, and he has been shown beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump is a clear and present danger.
Yeah.
Especially with that trial. And if you look at what Judge Roberts said towards the end, he wasn't in accolades or saying this was a great trial. He was like, you know, I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but it wasn't like this was super. It was like, yeah, well, it's kind of a shame.
You know, I've always felt that the taxes are going to be the thing. I pulled the judgment card. It's going to signal the end. It's inevitable that information will come out. I feel with that judgment card. Will the Supreme Court release the tax returns? I think they will. Then I've pulled the Page of Pentacles, which always comes out for money news, and I think it's going to be around a matter of national security. Like, I don't know why, but I've got the Death card. It is the end for Trump, and the Miracle, the 9 of Cups, the Miracle card. I just feel that the Supreme Court is going to take a stand and release them. That's where, and I feel that will be the death knell of his presidency.
I got the 8 of Coins reverse, the Demon, the 3 of Swords, and Justice.
Oh, so do you think that's 3 of Swords
and
for Trump?
I also got the World, which means this is bigger than just the United States. This involves a lot of different arenas.
Well, that might be where the Turkey, Saudi Arabia stuff comes in. Those tax returns might not just show a Russian link. They might show exactly what we all have suspected, that he's had these pre-existing relationships. His presidency has been all about you know, fulfilling their agendas and his own, and it's just been a continuation of his business, really.
Yeah, yeah.
And
he sees nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So I feel that they will, and I feel that will spell the end. I've always,
you know, the lady who's in charge of press releases, she put a picture of the big Air Force One on the tarmac, and all these hundreds of people around it, and they said, "Look at the you know, the car race, Daytona. Look at all the people that came to meet the president." She stole a picture from George Bush.
I saw that. I thought, oh, how stupid can they be to do something?
Why lie?
Exactly. Because where were his crowds? Maybe Trump said, I want a photo like the one that George Bush had, and they didn't take that photo, so they posted that one. I mean, it was just so silly, so silly. I have to ask, what do you think? There's all this media around Ivanka and Donald Trump Jr. being a new dynasty, that they will keep being the Republican nominees. You know, when he goes off to his isolated beach at as an outcast, I doubt very much whether his children are going to have much political power.
No, because his father has caused so much damage to this country. Although there's people that drink the Kool-Aid that absolutely love him. Hate, the one common denominator with the Trumpsters is hate. I wouldn't say never, because with this Trump organization, you never know. But I don't see the other nations, like even Russia, working with the Trumps once Donald Trump is gone. So he won't win. They couldn't win, possibly.
Well, you know, this is why I got involved in the first place. What happens in your country, it's going to change. It's going to change the world. It has changed the world already. It always
Did you see Pompeo was in Germany, in Berlin? And I guess it was he did something that, you know, that we're supposed to join with France and Germany, and they wouldn't pay any attention to him.
Oh, good.
They totally snubbed him.
Oh, thank goodness. I've been asked what happened in that meeting with Pompeo and Lavrov, is that his name? The Russian ambassador, that he wanted to keep secret. Shall I pull on that one?
Sure.
Okay, so.
Pompeo's a big liar. He's just as bad as Trump.
You know what? He's a thug. He's a real thug. I shouldn't say that, but he is. I feel that he's a bully. You know, yeah. Okay, so. Yeah, okay, so they were discussing something around the world. I've just got them both looking on like a globe. They were discussing foreign policy, but I've also got the Five of Wands, which is division, hate, obstacles and challenges. So maybe how to, you know, a strategy going forward. I've also got the
It's also about money.
Oh.
Money owed or money due.
Wow. Okay. Now I've got dirty tricks that my cards, so both my cards are saying dirty tricks.
So somebody's not going to live very long.
Ooh.
Down the road. This is down the road. Somebody's going to be, it could be that Russian guy or Pompeo. Somebody may take them out.
Oh, really? So you're seeing like an assassination?
You know, Putin talks to Trump in a way saying, what do you think? Should we take them out? But Trump's afraid of that in case it comes back. Yeah.
I've got my Five of Cups at the base of the pack, which is, I think I told you before, that's my card for when someone may pass over. But right now I think they're discussing how they try and get this, you know, Russia on a better footing, how the two can work together, how to get round the bad perception of Russia.
Right.
And I've got the Magician card. So I feel that they're looking at working together across the globe in some way. Russia and America partnering.
Well, honest to God, they think Trump's going to win. Trump thinks he's going to win.
Well, that brings us to our next question, doesn't it, Linda? Do you think, well, what shall we read on? I still think he's going to go. Once his taxes are returned, it's the death knell for him. But Spirit is never, as I said, that aid of...
Well, when people write me and they're saying such and such psychic said he's going to win, and I'm like, I can only tell you what I get. I can only tell you what they've told me.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this, that he will be brought down in shame.
Yeah, exactly.
I see that as clear as day. And I see that it will start a little bit of a war. There'll be people doing stupid things.
All right, well, we look at the election then. Will he win? Will he win the election? Do you want to
So my guides always say when I ask that question, don't forget 2018. It was Armageddon. People came out in force. Remember, and I say this all the time, 100 million people didn't vote in 2016. They weren't fond of Hillary thanks to the Russian thing. And they really weren't that fond of Trump. They didn't come out in droves to vote for Trump. Then Trump goes on the road in 2018 telling everybody, oh, you have to vote for me because if you don't, the Democrats will impeach me. The Democrats will take your pre-existing conditions. All lies. Anyway, okay, so let's look.
No, I got the clairaudient. I got the
You got the clairaudient?
Okay. Yeah, it's a no. And I've got the Page of Wands, which always tells me that it's not a King of Wands, so his political career is not like his and then I've got the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak. And I've got insecurity around money for him, and then I've got his ill health with the Four of Swords. So it's kind of like he's not going to rise to the occasion. It is going to be heartbreak and loss for him. There is going to be money loss for him, and at some point in the future, his health is going to take a dive, worse than what it already is.
I got the Six of Swords, so he's going to have to pack his stuff and go.
Yeah.
And then I got the Demon. His successes will be revealed. The Temperance card is here. To me, this is the angel of light and mercy. Be patient, everybody. This too shall pass.
Yes, exactly. I love it when you say that because it's true. All bad things do eventually get better. They do it in their own time, though. So that's a no from both of us. If anybody's worried about it, it's a no. Yeah.
Right.
All right. All right. So I'm going to take you back to somewhere you probably don't want to go.
Where?
I didn't like going in it either. Barr and Epstein. Do you think that he went to see? I know that we've read, but we've had that coroner come out and say that he didn't think it was.
Barr had him killed. I saw that as clear as day.
Okay, did you? Because I felt that he went and threatened him and then basically gave Epstein no choice.
No, he was kissing his rear. He was very nice to him. He showed up 2 days before the deaths and said, what can we do for you, buddy? He says, well, I wouldn't mind a little something, something. So they sent a very beautiful young woman up where the attorneys usually are. And Epstein was in there with her for some time. And then within a day, he was murdered. I'm telling you, the cameras don't work. He's not on suicide watch. And I don't think he will ever try to commit suicide. Remember, he kept saying, I didn't try. They did this to me.
Yep. I definitely
And the coroner's report is, but will we actually, because Barr was real worried because something would do with his dad. And even though I don't know if his dad doesn't feel alive. Because Barr's dad was the one that hired Epstein.
Yes.
And I think Barr's dad was involved with something with Epstein. I'm not sure about Barr, but I'm feeling his father. Okay.
Was Barr protecting his father or Trump or both?
He's protecting his father's name, more so than Trump, believe it or not.
Okay. See, I always felt that Trump and Epstein might have been business partners at some point.
They were.
And that they both were involved in that.
But Barr cleaned it up, my friend. He got his gloves on and he cleaned it up as best as he can. But I will tell you, because I asked him before, and you can look there, I feel this isn't over.
Okay. What's going to happen, or shall we pull cards on it? What do you think? Do you think it's going to be outed? Do you think?
Well, after Barr goes, there's going, and Trump is, I feel like somebody finds something and it's brought to the surface. Because I don't see that woman giving him anything.
No. Giselle Maxwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then she's implicated. She doesn't want to be implicated.
Okay, so what's going to happen eventually between Barr's and Epstein's relationship? Will it be outed? Will we know what went on? Will we actually know what went on? Show me.
See, justice will be served.
Yeah.
So there's heartbreak. Here's a judge standing here.
I got it. I got the abuse of power, the 5 of Swords.
Yep.
And I got the Hierophant card. So, and the strength of the courts. This is going to be a big investigation, I feel. And I've also, unfortunately, at the base of the pack, I've got the Hanged Man. So I feel it's going to be really thoroughly investigated. And Barr's abuse.
And it's like when Trump is gone, because I feel when Trump leaves, people are free to give the truth.
Yeah.
People are afraid to tell the truth.
When he leaves, because I've got the 6 of Swords, when Trump leaves, it's like you talk and I pull the card and then we see the secrets will be revealed once Trump leaves.
Yeah. I always said he did not commit suicide. I've always said that.
All right. Okay, that's good. I'm going to go with you on that one. I never liked reading on Epstein. I had a very good friend who passed away in that regard. And I always never felt comfortable around reading on suicides or anything to do with harm.
Oh, I've seen beautiful suicides.
You've what?
I read a woman, check this out.
Yeah.
And I told my peoples about it. I read a woman and I was at her house and I read her mother and her daughter and I kept seeing this young man standing there. And he was as clear as day. I kept saying, who's this young man? They didn't know who I was talking about. She comes to the store a couple of months later. She says, Linda, remember how you kept seeing that young man with my mother and my daughter and myself? I said, yeah. She said, my son was dead and we didn't know it.
Oh my God.
He committed suicide.
Wow. Yeah.
And he was there. Thank God he didn't tell me I'm her son.
Yep.
But I knew he was there for them. But the energy, the only thing with suicides that happens, because there's no damnation, so to speak. No. There's kind of a purgatory when I see they are covered with angels. They are covered and they are treated like gentle china. But what happens is as they keep awakening, they have to relive it. They have to hear what the family's going through. Oh, and a lot of them, it's very hard for them to take it. That's the hell. That's the hell, is knowing. And they come back to me sometimes, they're saying, please tell them I'm so sorry. Because a lot of people, when they commit suicide, they're in an unconscious state. They're not conscious. And then when it happens, they're shocked because they're not like in peace and dead. They're in peace and they're in unconditional love. But energetically, they're not damned over there. That I can tell you. And they just have to relive and they try to let their family know, I'm still here. I'm still here. And a lot of mothers, beautiful mothers I've read, that step up to the plate and help other kids who are thinking of the same thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you.
So it's beautiful.
Yeah. So. Linda, while we're on that subject, and I know we're getting off politics, but I did want to ask you before when we were talking, do you believe that there are dark entities around? Do you believe?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
I never get them anywhere near me.
Well, you're a little bit too vibrationally high. Sometimes higher energies, it's almost like they get, our guides just knock them off.
Yeah, right.
But I one time sat down with what I would call a demon energy.
Oh, wow.
And I faked the reading because, I don't know, I was at some party and they asked me to read he sat down and I could feel the evil so strong that I cleansed myself after he left. And when he left, I was shaking. Wow. I said, I don't know who that was, but I'm going to tell you, he's as evil as they come. And right about 2 weeks later, the girls from the shop called me and said he had killed 2 people.
Oh my God.
Within the week of me reading. And I faked the reading. I can't even tell you what I told them. I just went through it because energetically, I didn't want to tap into his energy at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll tell you, there are people that I'm telling you, there's evil in the world. There is evil in the world.
What about passed over entities, ghosts that linger around? I've certainly felt that.
I used to ghost hunt. I've seen ghosts.
Right.
And but you know, it's like, why do you stand among ghosts, energies, especially children? I never understood why children would want to stay on Earth. What it is sometimes the pull of the family, the grief is so bad. Like, I've had energies walk into me when I'm reading someone, and they're like, will you tell her I'm not dead? I'm more alive now than when I had a body. Tell her to please get over it. I'm okay. I'm happier. So energetically, those, like the children, they worry about mommy and daddy, so they stay. And I was very upset about that, because if there's a higher omnipresent energy, why would you let little children be stuck on Earth? And then I got one of my guides told me, in this Earth, in these spans, we have free will, very powerful free will.
And so getting back to Trump again, his energy is very negative, very, very negative. And I feel some of that, those dark forces that you were talking about.
We could probably, if we were standing with him, see the dark clouds go in and out. He's such a liar, and he talks. You know, Hitler's still over. He's never taken another body. He can't. They won't let him. He has to relive every person that was killed because of him.
Wow. So Trump's purpose, shall we finish on Trump's, why are we experiencing all of this? You know, like this negative stuff, this dark stuff, so we can bring the light in, can't it? Yeah.
Well, I've often felt like his purpose was that this White House had a lot of clogging, you know, like it's stuck.
Interesting.
And this will create even a new republic. Yes. So the Republicans are actually going to end up being a better republic.
Yep.
Because some of the Democrats aren't that great either.
No, and look, we shouldn't sugarcoat it. You know, politicians, there's got to be a new way of doing things, because that's what I'm pulling. We're seeing the shadow side. We're seeing the shadow side of politics, and it's about restoring more truth with this Knight of Swords, restoring more truth into our political systems. And unfortunately, the Knight of Swords can be very harsh. It's always a harsh truth that we've got to...
Yeah, it goes in and cleans it up. But look at the outcome.
The sun. Oh.
And the Nine of Cups.
Oh.
And look, as prophesied. So this is part of what we need to go through. And there's very powerful women that are going to help save our country.
Yep.
And also, it's almost like I think they really will manage to take the money out of politics, because the ones running the show are the ones with all the money.
That's it. That was my next card. And I also got the Empress. Now, she is abundance, but, you know, aside from her being Russia, that's the feminine card that you were talking about. And the statistics, the females are just going to vote Trump out in droves. But I've also got the Hierophant. So this is and I love the light coming in from that card. This is to bring in the light. The
light will come in, but we have a lot of work, girlfriend. It's like we're shoveling and we're taking care, because he's put us in debt.
Yeah.
Trillions of dollars of debt. And by the way, last week alone, he put $700 million into the stock market, just because he doesn't want it to go down so he can look like the winner.
Oh, my goodness. You know, honestly, if your economy goes down, so will ours, because ours always follows you. The Devil card, we're talking about the negative energy of Trump, and then I've got replacing it with the King of Swords. I reckon the investigations post-Trump are going to be a real doozy. We'll be reading on them and predicting what's going to go down with them there.
But I like the pace, because I almost feel like we're realizing in order to have well-being, we can't be stuck in that, you know, that energy of I do see Kavanaugh getting impeached, by the way.
Do you?
They're not going to let Kavanaugh get away with it.
Look, I hope so. I always got that clairvoyant vision of him walking down the steps in disgrace. He wasn't ascending. At the time I took it that he wouldn't get in, but I am damn sure, Linda, that at some point in the future he is going to have to leave your Supreme Court.
Well, this is what I saw. I was in Oklahoma at the powwow with my tribe, and I went out, I'll never forget, because people were writing me, let out, with the trial and all this, is he gonna, and I looked and my guide said, he'll get in, and he's gonna sit down, he's gonna be all happy, he has the rope. And then I saw someone grab his shoulder and say, come with us.
Oh, yeah, well, I hope so. I really hope so. All right, well, look, I guess we've been, yeah. It's been so nice reading with you, Linda. Really.
Oh, it's wonderful. We need to do this more often.
Well, we will. We'll schedule a regular.
Oh, do me a favor. If you know a really good psychic, because I could use a reading, send me the email.
Well, look, I will read for you. If you'll have me, I'll read for you, and I'll do it
Sure.
as a gift to you. And then if you want a further reading in Australia, where are you?
Hold on, somebody called me. Sorry,
okay.
Go ahead.
Well, we'll finish up soon. But I've also got a really good reader in Australia, Julianne Palmer, I should say. I'll give her a shout out. She's very good too. But I would like to read for you. So.
Oh yeah, girlfriend, I'd love it.
All right.
I'm
okay.
like you. I love a good read, and I'll read for you too.
Oh, you've already done a little bit before the Zoom.
Yeah, well, we'll take a look. See, you're a very high power energy form, my friend.
Oh well, I can learn so much from you, and I know that you like to teach, but I just think you're brilliant. I really do.
Oh, thank you, girlfriend. Thank you.
All right.
So we will talk again.
We will. Thanks, Linda.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.